Hey, my lovely, lovely, wonderful, beautiful people, a pleasant Sunday afternoon to you. If you have not yet made Jesus Christ your personal Lord and Savior, please feel free to do so. He's the best being ever. Certainly, that would be the best decision you could ever make. All right, beautiful people, let's look at this. You know, I'm glad the weekend star. Finally, I think this is the last thing reading in the weekend star. It says Shenseea says new Kartel collab a dream come true, and I'm sure it is. You know, I'm sure there are so many people who just want a little stint with the great dancehall king of newest, king of dancehall. To be honest with you people, whether you like him or not, I really don't see anybody who was or is as great as Vybz Kartel. That is arguably so. It can, if you want to debate, that is you, but I can come with strong arguments, and I'm sure you too can come with strong arguments. And we're not talking about performance now, so please don't come with that. All right, I'm talking about his lyrical abilities and his vocal abilities to be very dynamic with the sound. You know what I mean? There is some deliberate things that only people in music can understand. I just think he's the greatest dancehall artist to ever walk the face of the earth so far. Maybe in years to come, maybe somebody else will come on the stream, but he's the baddest. Yeah, in my opinion. All right, so for the second time in less than a month, Vybz Kartel and Shenseea are set to thrill fans with a collaboration. The latest one is Talk to Me Now, which comes on the heels of their song Panic. Talk to Me Now was especially meaningful for Shenseea, who said working with Vybz Kartel was a dream come true. I believe her. It certainly is. This is her speaking now. It was a dream come true being able to create with one of my inspirations in music. He definitely lived up to his name, Shenseea told the Weekend Star, adding that watching and working with him in person was a great experience. He's very creative, very articulate. This is a reader. He's a brilliant guy and extremely talented. Oh gosh, that goes without saying, people. The first time the two appeared on a song together was in 2017 when the single Ludi, which was released while Vybz Kartel was incarcerated. This time, however, Shenseea said the creative process was very different, and naturally, our minds together made it so easy. It seemed like we could have done more than 2 songs, seeing how quickly we got them done, she added. Both artists have been previewing Talk to Me Now on their respective social media accounts with snippets of the studio creation process. In addition to new releases, the Shenyang artist is also back on the awards circuit, earning 5 nominations for the International Reggae and World Music Awards, including Best Female DJ Rapper and Most Popular Social Media Influencer Entertainer. She also picked up 2 nominations in the Best Collaboration Song category for Sugar Sweet with Mariah Carey and Kehlani, and Shake It to the Max with Molly, I'm not sure how that is pronounced, Moliy, maybe it's Molly E or Molly Y, and Skilly Bang. The latter was also nominated for Best Music Video. Asked whether she has her eyes set on any particular category, Shenseea said she's aiming high. And this is her speaking. I'm hoping to win all, she added with a laugh. I'm always excited to see nominations for the work I put in. It always gives me a boost for motivation. The 43rd staging of IRAWMA is set to take place on May 17. Closer on the horizon are the MOBO Awards, scheduled for March 26 in England, where Shenseea has once again been nominated in the Best Caribbean Music Act category, the same one she was up for last year. Although she has previously won a MOBO Award in 2021, the entertainer said she's particularly excited about performing at the show for the first time. It will be my first time performing, and I'm ever elated about it because they have shown me so much love and appreciation over the years. I can't wait to reciprocate, she said. Asked what fans can expect from the performance, Shenseea kept it simple. Flavor. With fans tuning in from all corners of the globe, Shenseea insists her Jamaican heritage is never far from her music. It's important to stay true to my roots because it is simply just what makes me who I am. I've been open to other cultures and none quite seemed to entice me like my own. Well, it wouldn't, my darling. You're Jamaican. You're a Jamaican. This is what you have been. It is systemic in the blood. You know what I mean? So it's a part of who you are. I'm proud to be a product of Jamaica, she explained. Fans won't have long to wait for what's next because she's already busy in the studio, teasing new material. And this is her speaking. Let's just say I'm working on new music. I never stop creating. Well, trust me, they have this popular song that is out there now. Don't even know the title of it. You know, as Jamaicans, we don't know the title of songs until maybe long afterwards. But I wish them all the best in their, you know, what's coming up on the horizon for them. And I mean, it is a feat for her to work with the greatest, in my opinion, dancehall artist ever. It wouldn't be on all levels because, you know, he's not necessarily the best performer. And this is long before he would have been incarcerated. And even after he has been incarcerated and with the illness and he's old and all of that, he was just never, you know, in terms of that showman and knowing how to do all the gymnastics on the stage. You can't have everything. You cannot have everything. It's like the greatest singer in the world, who is Whitney Houston. She was not really a dancer. I do a little moves here and there, but dancing wasn't her forte. But vocally, Jesus God, mighty God. Sometimes I say the voice can't be real because nobody can sing that well. It's just impossible for somebody to sing that brilliantly. Amazing, you know, but it's the same with Vybz Kartel. Very lyrical, very bright. But you know what? People are going to say this to you, Jamaican people, you know, because what I post must be meaningful to you. He isn't, yes, it's a gift that God has blessed him with to be good in terms of his DJing skills and so on. But he had to sharpen his tools by studying to show himself approved. It's a biblical principle which he employed from early days. He read a lot. He reads a lot. He's knowledgeable. He keeps informed. And I'm not talking about just Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys or Mills and Boone. I'm talking about solid books that help to stimulate the mind and the reticular activity of the brain. You have to stimulate them. You cannot say you want to be great and you don't put in the work. This man has put in the work. And I'm sure that for the 13 years that he was incarcerated, him read until he probably never want to see a book for now. He probably read and read and he read until him don't want to see a book for now. You see how when he just came out, people say, oh, I'm sound. He was just testing the waters to see where the market is at and where people are. He had to know. So even if he was a little rusty, he had to say, okay, it wasn't that. The rust wasn't so bad. It wasn't corrosive, nor was it corroded. You know, it was a little rust. And he said, okay, I see what is happening here. All right, this is where I'm going. And you notice what has happened since? Him just didn't even listen to the naysayers. He just kept looking and lurking and saying, all right. And wit became the order of the day. Cogency became the order of the day. Brilliance became the order of the day. Intelligence became the order of the day. But he had sown the seed from early days. Him read. So you need to come out of it. This is a very literate man. I'm sure that if he had not gone into dancehall, he probably would be a lawyer and not a judge today. I'm just saying. That's my surmisation of him. You know what I mean? With a whole heap of reading when him read, he would be able to defend all the cockroach where you see crawl on the wall and it say it never crawl on your wall. And you have videotaping, videography or videotapings of it being of the roach crawling on your wall. He's a brilliant artist, a really talented one. I know a lot. He may be controversial, but it's deliberate. It's called art. It's called music. It's called what the people want and what the people call for. You know, there's method to the so-called madness. You may not understand, but many understand. And today he is the newest and the best king of the dance hall. Whether you like it or not, it is a reality, you know. This man is great from ever since. And I remember the first time I heard him, I said, no man, the man is bad. I didn't know that he would become the greatest. I really didn't know. Yes, my beautiful people. So, you know, Shenseea said the collab is certainly a dream come true. I believe her because there's so many artists so deep down they want to work with him. You know, Anyway, guys, you know what to do with TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe, give me one of those lions, and you can follow me on Instagram.